To complicate matters for us, the severe disruption brought along by COVID-19 is not a simple one. Our experiences are often paradoxical, which means it feels as if we are simultaneously feeling emotions which appear not to fit together. We prefer emotional experience to be either this or that. For example, we expect ourselves to feel either sad or euphoric. But in reality, the experience is often simultaneously both sad as well as euphoric. As we move into the second week of the lockdown, the holiday mode has disappeared for most of us. The images we saw on TV of people partying in the streets, chanting "Corona, Corona," was a clear example of mass denial. It was as if our minds collectively were buffering itself against understanding the full impact of the pandemic, unconsciously hoping that the threat of the situation can simply be ignored away. However, the news feeds, the increased infections, and the presence of the police and the defense force on the streets are making the luxury of denial increasingly difficult for us. As time moves on, denial becomes less, and we may find ourselves shifting between the adrenaline of anxiety on the one hand and being bored out of our minds on the other. There are many important measures we should implement to keep us emotionally healthy whilst we are locked in. Some useful examples are keeping to a routine, getting dressed in the mornings, being conscious of our eating habits, and keeping to regular meals, and so on. And another one of these strange contradictions is not to try to get rid of the boredom we might feel too quickly. The famous psychologist Rollo May, who focused his attention on creativity, insisted that boredom was not something that we should try to avoid, but rather learn to face. He stated that if we are able to learn to bear our boredom, it will pull us into our own imagination so that we can engage with challenges from a deeper, more creative place. Trying to avoid or to escape boredom often leads to avoidant behavior, such as excessive drinking, overeating, or rebellious behavior, such as breaking the lockdown regulations. I'm going to provide you with some suggestions in dealing with denial and boredom.